Alright, if you type Glock into the search bar on Pyramyd Air's website, you're going to actually get 3 pages of Glock pistols. So if you want to eliminate all the airsoft ones or the ones with orange tips, those are 6mm, just go over to the box that says caliber. There's a drop down menu, select 177, and now you'll be looking at only the BB and pellet pistols. So there's basically a Glock 19 and a Glock 17. The Glock 17 actually came along first. Glock 19 is a more compact model. I believe in real life they both hold 19 rounds. These CO2 versions are going to hold 18 rounds. We can see that clips are readily available for every model, or if you prefer to call it a magazine, that's fine too. The magazine holds one 12-gram CO2 cartridge, so if you have 3 magazines, now you're rolling with a capacity of 3 12-gram CO2 cartridges. These are made by Umarex and officially licensed by Glock, so I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a second. But at Pyramyd Air, they have the Generation 3, Generation 4, and Generation 5 available. And it seems like the 17 Gen 4 is actually the most expensive. The G17 Gen 5 is about right in the middle. And the 17 and Glock 19X, which is what we're reviewing today, are going to be your most affordable. For more information on all this stuff, shoot on over to Pyramyd Air. There'll be a link in the description. The Glock 19 we're looking at today comes in Coyote Tan, which I love. Real quick, here's some of the features. It's a semi-automatic with BlowBack action. As I said before, it takes 12-gram CO2 cartridges, holds 18 in the drop-free magazine, officially licensed by Glock, full metal slide, shoots 377 feet per second. That's 177 caliber steel BBs. It has fixed Glock-style sights, double-action trigger, manual safety, has a barrel length of 3.5 inches. It really does drop free just like the real thing. And an overall length of 7.5 inches. It says here, fully licensed by Glock, the G19X replica from Umarex is another example of the airgun producer's attention to detail, quality craftsmanship, and realism. It's based directly on what Glock calls its first crossover pistol, combining a full-size Glock 17 frame with a compact Glock 19 slide. It's finished in a striking monochrome Coyote Tan, just like its centerfire inspiration, which incorporates Glock's first factory-colored slide. That's the safety right there. So there's 2 safeties. Wow. Pretty legit. So if you do have to put a flashlight on there, you still do have a safety right there. Pretty nice. So there's a little glimpse into the history of this firearm. It says the markings and dimensions are identical to the Austrian firearm. It fits holsters designed for the Glock 19X. So apparently the Glock 19X is an actual firearm. I'm not really a Glock guy, but my dad has a few of them. It says it's got a Picatinny rail to accept a wide range of accessories. The blowback action is going to add more realism, making this pistol an ideal candidate for a firearm trainer. And it says in parentheses, not to mention it makes plinking as fun as all get out. It says because it mimics the size of a real steel pistol, it will fit a wide range of holsters, allowing for tactical training possibilities in which shooters can hone their skills drawing, acquiring targets, and placing accurate follow-up shots. Very nice. It says considering what CO2 and BBs cost compared to 9mm ammo and range time, it could be a real money saver. Very nice. Well, that's got me excited. This weighs 1.5 pounds. Said it's a 3 on the loudness scale. Smooth bore. The BBs we're going to be shooting today weigh 5.1 grams, so that all adds up to about 1.5 foot-pounds. All right, so the way you would load the magazine is there's going to be a follower in here somewhere. All right, it's very small, but right there is a little teeny follower. You can see it's got a place to put your thumbnail. So you just pull that down and flick it to the side right there, and then that's locked in there. Then you're basically just going to drop 18 BBs right in that hole. All right, I put about 2 extra BBs in there, past the line. Now we'll just flick our follower back over, and it's going to go into the channel right there. Now we're good to go. For the CO2, we're going to slide this little plate right here forward. Ooh, and then in there is our Allen key, or our Allen screw. This gun's nice and greasy, but that's what we like. So sure enough, there was a nice little Allen key in there. This might also be a sight adjustment tool right there. So let's Just go like this and loosen that bad boy. Then you're gonna take the front, put that in first, drop that baby in there. Then if you want, you could just snug this up. One thing, you guys, don't leave a CO2 in your gun when you're not playing with it. All right, so I actually have that secured in there, but I haven't actually pierced the CO2 yet. So I'll do that when I'm ready. Keep my key handy. When you run out of ammo, the slide locks back, just like the real thing. Locked back when I was out of ammo. That's pretty cool. So when you replace your mag, just hit that slide release, and you're ready to fire again. That is quick. Blows back super hard. Can't see where I'm hitting though. Bam! The reset on this trigger is just like the real thing. Wow, it's almost like... The first one's a little bit hard to pull, but then after that... Not really, whoa. It's a real quick reset. So apparently this resets real quick, so you can go... Whoa, that's a reset right there. So that's similar to a real firearm. The first one's hard to pull, but then once it's cocked, it just goes tag. Look at that, reset, tag. So in real life, you're like, tag, 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 tag. And that's typical of a real semi-auto pistol. Bam. So check out this accuracy. This was the first group that I shot. And keep in mind, this is a 3.5-inch barrel. So I think I'm about 21 feet away, maybe. I was super impressed. This pistol is definitely up to the task of plinking and training. If you concentrate, it's gonna hit what you're shooting at. If you don't, it'll miss. So pretty much like the real thing. Great trainer. Look at that noise. I'd say that's pretty good. That was off a fresh CO2. And the specs said that this shoots 377 feet per second. Check this out. Look at that, you guys, 377. Nailed it, just like they said. That's crazy. Right here, I'm set up a little farther away, somewhere between 7 and 10 yards away. And I had no problem hitting these cans, but once again, you have to concentrate. The gun does not shoot itself. As long as you're doing your part, though, it's very reliable as far as accuracy. Locked back when I was out of ammo. That's pretty cool. So I wasn't counting my shots, and I just ran up on that bad guy can and ran out right when I got about 6 feet from him. So I shot all my rounds. So of course Ninja Turtle wanted to get in on the action. Too easy. We gotta do that one more time. I had it zoomed in. I shot a couple cans off his head, no problem. Nailed it. Going right through. Made quick work of these targets. Yeah, I could pick where on the can I wanted to hit, so not bad. But you do have to concentrate. And now I wanted to see what one BB would do to a Bio 65 Firebird target. I definitely wasn't disappointed. All right, I don't think a BB gun would knock over this guy. He's a 1/4 inch thick, but if we put a little help. All right, so obviously there's no way I'm gonna miss that target at this range. And one more time from the perspective of the groundhog. I definitely knocked that dude for a loop. He landed about 15 or 20 feet back. My opinion on this Glock 19X, it must be a good little CO2 pistol if it's going to shoot a 1-inch group at 20 feet away. So, also, if you're wondering, I got at least 4 full power magazines before I had to change my CO2. All right, everybody. Till next week. Happy shooting. We'll see you on the next one.